It's officially NFL Combine Week, and we're back with the Draft Ranking Show. I'm Cody Carpentier, and today we're going to jump back into it by popular demand. People wanted the 7-round mock draft of the Tennessee Titans. We did the New England Patriots last week. It went well. We did all 7 rounds, mocking them players from Will Campbell at 4th overall to Quinshon Judkins, from the running back from Ohio State, in the 3rd round. Today, we're going to jump back in with the team drafting at the 1-0 one. That would be the Tennessee Titans. Let's go ahead and jump it up on the screen. If you're here on YouTube, you'll be able to see the selections as they're made. If you're listening on podcast, I behoove you to go over to YouTube, type in the Draft Rankings Show, type in my name, Cody Carpentier. It'll pop up, and you can watch the shows every single day. Put them on in the background while you're working. They're just like on podcast. They're sub 10 minutes. Just subscribe, click that like button, tap in, drop a comment, whatever team you want to watch. I really sincerely appreciate all of the positivity in the comments, the likes, the subscribes, the downloads, everything. It helps me grow, helps the channel grow, and it helps us continue to make new shows every single day, which is the goal. Obviously, we want to have a new show for you guys every single day. And if we get enough positivity, enough views, enough thought, we'll start adding more than just one show a day and continue to build this thing up. So appreciate y'all and love y'all. Let's jump into these Tennessee Titans. All right. First overall, that's been the big conversation point here. I've had on my personal mocks that you can find over at rosterwatch.com. I've had Cam Ward. I've also had Abdul Carter. These are the two names. These are the two names that seem apparent right now. There's questions surrounding what the Tennessee Titans are going to do, obviously, during free agency. I think that's the first step. We're going to talk to Mike Borgonzi, the GM, Brian Callahan today for, as you're probably watching this, we're talking to him at the NFL Combine, and we're going to find out kind of what the thought process is there. They're obviously not a quarterback away from making a playoff run. I don't think that they're simply in a Washington Commander spot or a Cincinnati Bengals spot of yesteryear with Joe Burrow. They need a tackle. They need edge. They need a DB. They need a number of things, including maybe a running back, a receiver, et cetera, et cetera. So they do have some money. They got $49 million. They're kind of right there in the middle, the same as the New York Giants, but they have like a third of what the New England Patriots have. But the Patriots obviously don't need a quarterback. Raiders at 6 do need a quarterback. Tennessee needs a quarterback. Is Tennessee potentially a landing spot for Aaron Rodgers? Do they actually give Will Levis a second fair shake? We'll see what happens there. I'm going to start this thing out because I think there's a lot of question marks right now around Tennessee. They have just enough money that I think the Aaron Rodgers thing has merit. I think that some type of free agent quarterback has merit for a holdover year, and that they could potentially draft a quarterback at some point later on and take that first overall pick and shore up this defense. You got Jeffrey Simmons. You got Tavondre Sweat. Harold Landry's looking like he's back to himself. You add Abdul Carter, and all of a sudden you got a sicko of a front. So let's go Abdul Carter here with the first overall selection for the Tennessee Titans in the 2025 NFL Draft. Now we're going to sim on forward down to pick 35, where they pick next. That'll be their second round pick, and then I think their only third round pick is like pick 102, which may be the first pick of the fourth round actually. So we're here at pick 35 to start out round 2. We saw Omari and Hampton go to the Cleveland Browns. At 32, at 33, sorry, the Giants take Cam Williams, the tackle from Texas, at 34, and the Tennessee Titans are here on the clock. Again, looking at multiple positions, Jahdae Barron falls out of round 1. I don't think that's going to happen, but he falls here to us at 35. He's obviously a nickel, corner, outside, like safety. He can play everything. He's a Brian Branch type guy. Jihad Campbell, a linebacker, also an interesting fall here. Josh Connerly, a tackle, falls here to us at the 35th overall selection. When I'm looking at the Tennessee Titans, I think edge, which we did, tackle, quarterback. I think you could go receivers. We check in receiver. Isaiah Bond is still there. I think Trey Harris will be in that conversation. You look at quarterback. Dart is still available. If Dart falls to 35, I do think that Dart in this spot is interesting. Let's check around a couple more things, though, before we do that. Josh Connerly, the best available tackle, clear cut for me as well. Running back Trayvon Henderson falls through round 1. We have, of course, Jahdae Barron, Shavon Ravel, Nick Imanwari on the back end. The safety is an interesting spot when you think about the Tennessee Titans. I think, honestly, Titan fans might not like this, but at the 35th overall pick with a dart falling to you right here, I think you take Jackson Dart, 35th overall to the Tennessee Titans, and you let him go in there. You let him compete with Will Levis. I think Will Levis obviously has better arm talent, but Jackson Dart's a much better um, competent commander of the offense. And that could be an interesting duel. And then you also could bring in potentially like a Jameis Winston or, something like this that's an older statesman, like an Andy Dalton type of a guy to come in there and play quarterback. So we started out first overall with Abdul Carter, 35th overall, Jackson Dart. I think if you're a Tennessee Titan fan who has to wait through the entire round 3 until they get to the first overall pick in round 4, you have to be at least a little bit happy you come out filling the two biggest needs, making the roster better, getting two guys that are looked at currently as sort of pseudo first round picks. I thought about the safety. I thought about Eamon Wari. I thought about Barron there. I know Quandre Diggs is a free agent. I've mocked DBs to Tennessee before, and the Tennessee fans absolutely hate me for it. So let's check in here. Pick 102. We have pick 102, 119, 142. We're already falling behind the 8 ball. We're at the 6-minute marker. We got like 6 picks left to make. So we got to turn this thing into super fast mode. Let's look at receiver. It's Tez Johnson, Ty Felton. Let's skip out on that. Let's go check out offensive line. Don't like what that looks like. The best offensive lineman is Ajayi Cornelius. I don't love the value there. Jared Wilson, the center from Georgia, does give us a little bit of value there, but they got Lloyd Cushenberry. Let's skip that. Check running back. You know what? I'm not going to do running back. The Titan fans are absolutely kill me for doing that. Let's go back to receiver. Let's go to receiver. And you look at this group that's available right now, wide receiver, Tez Johnson. I like him. I like Ty Felton, honestly. I'm going to bring Ty Felton down here from Maryland. He's a wide receiver that has impressed me throughout the process. So I'm going to go ahead and go Ty Felton here. I think he's going to run a solid 40 on Saturday night. I think he's going to be a good route runner. I saw him at the Senior Bowl. He had a good Senior Bowl. Ty Felton's a good receiver. I'm not going to get too much into the analysis of Ty Felton because I don't have enough time here. So let's move on to the next selection. Is there an offensive lineman that we could potentially go down? Jared Wilson falls to us at 119. I'm just going to take Jared Wilson. The right guard position with Dylan Radins, Daniel Brunskill is wide open. Lloyd Cushenberry could bounce over, and we could put Jared Wilson in there at center. So let's go Jared Wilson here. So now we've started out Abdul Carter, first overall, Jackson Dart, 35th, Ty Felton, 102, Jared Wilson, 119. We got 4 picks left. We're here at 142 to begin the 5th round for the Tennessee Titans, and we're going to go ahead and look at that back end and see. Jabbar Muhammad's available at cornerback there. Malachi Moore at safety. Latham Ransom is available. The best available players. Ooh. All right. Titan fans, can we make this move? Can we just go ahead and make this move? I know Tony Pollard is there and he looked good. I know Tyjae Spears is there, but the 5th round Ollie Gordon shares, come on down. Join the squad. He's not Derrick Henry. He can catch the passes out of the backfield even better than Derrick Henry could. I know Derrick Henry was underrated at it. I like Ollie Gordon here, 142nd overall in the 5th round. We're back on the clock in the 5th round at pick 168. And we continue to know we should probably add another receiver as far as what they need. And they could use a DB or two. You look at the DBs. I love Elijah Huzzie. Elijah Huzzie's a guy that played nickel at the Shrine Bowl, and he was a sicko. We're going to go Elijah Huzzie here, nickel back from North Carolina, pick 168 in the 5th round. Do me a favor, Titan fans, go look up Elijah Huzzie. This kid is a baller. Him and Kobe Bryant commanded everything at the Shrine Bowl. 1 minute left. We got 2 selections. We're here at pick 180, and we're going to go ahead, check out defensive line. I like Aeneas Pebbles. He's interesting. Tight end, corner. Jabbar Muhammad just keeps falling. I'm going to go Jabbar Muhammad. Jabbar Muhammad was one of the most sought after cornerbacks in all of the sport a year ago, who ended up going to Oregon from Washington, and when Kalen DeBoer leaves. So I love Jabbar Muhammad here. Let's go with this. But Abdul Carter, first overall. Jackson Dart, 35th. We get Ty Felton from Maryland, 102. Jared Wilson, the interior offensive lineman from Georgia, 119. Ollie Gordon, 142nd overall from Oklahoma State. Elijah Huzzie, 168 from North Carolina. Jabbar Muhammad, 180. And the final pick for the Tennessee Titans in the 2025 NFL mock draft is going to be the one and the only, the menace, Baron Sorrell himself from the University of Texas. Come on down, pick 241 in the 7th round, an insane value that I do not think falls.